I'm curious, like when you wake up 5 a.m. every day, what do you do in the morning? Before work.
Morning? So the 5 o'clock, okay, actually one day of my schedule is different. So when I woke up 5 o'clock, I went outside and I would dress up. Since nobody can see me anyway, I dress up. And I have this red breaker. Then I run, I exercise. So I usually run a lot, but my knee is not that good. I still run a little bit. So I have some of this running, then I do stretching and all that. Okay. So I finish it, usually I probably do about like 80 minutes. And then I will take shower. Went to office. I'm probably in the office about 7:50. I will check email. Finish all of this one before everybody come in. Then I will go to meeting. Right. And then meeting, then afternoon, I would do the one I was talking about, read some book, very simple lunch, and then meditate, sleep, then take a nap, and then prepare for afternoon and doing that. So my life is very simple. But then even on if I have trip, I do the same. If I'm in Minnesota, I wake up 5 o'clock. If I'm in Singapore, I wake up 5 o'clock. If I'm in China, I wake up 5 o'clock.
When you go to sleep?
10 o'clock. So every day I try to go to sleep. And again, initially it's a little bit difficult, but after you get into this, it's all just a becoming habit. And then because that's what we can train you also. It's all your choice. The good thing is for us, we did not know is we are so good because we are choice. And then when you decide, and then you start to find out, oh, I can choose that. And you stay with your choice, then become a habit. And that's what I like. Does not mean every day you always wake up 5 o'clock, sometimes 5:15, 5:10. Then you can do very consistent.
I actually have two questions.
Sure.
So you mentioned that you love reading. So which book is your favorite? Inspire you the most? And my second question is, there's something called under promise, over deliver, and there's also something, as you mentioned, called fake it until you make it. That means you say, oh, I can do anything, so I just make a big promise. So how can you find the balance between these two extremes, I would say?
So the first question, let me answer the second question. Again, it's quite difficult. A lot of people, and they will teach you in executive, you will be under promise, over deliver. So they're talking about managing expectation. But be careful on that one. Because if you continue doing this one, your team, the capability will become lower and lower. So it's quite complicated. So what I learned is if I'm doing with a team, I will always overcommit. So they did not know. If one boss asked me to say, if I commit 2 DB, I said, no, I'm going to do 3 DB. Who can do it? But then if I go to work with also executive and others, they start to be under commit. So in a different situation, it's different. And we got to always change that. So it's not just one fit for all. That's really so complicated and so speed. Right? And sometimes you got to make a mistake. Because of my personality, I always overcommitted to executive. But then I did not deliver. But we deliver a lot already. So what I learned is, with my team, I will be overcommitted for my team. Tell them, say, hey, that's what we're going to do. But then, because there's a lot of political on here, when you fight resource executive, then no, 2 ED is awesome. So that's how you do it. And I think the first question you were asking about, which book is inspire me. I don't have a particular book inspire me. Actually, I have people inspire me more. I have a lot of people really inspire me. Some people, like I told you, even this technician inspire me. I'll give you one example. In some ways, in a sense, it's let me figure out, wow, man, what I do is so important. And my teammates know. I used to be, all my friends, in all my life journey was all students, PhD and that. So when I started managing the technician, and I have one Indian actually come to talk to me. I was very young, but there's 3 kids. So 3 kids, right? And then he basically come to talk to me because in here we always layout, right? So he heard about layout. So he basically said, Steve, I heard about this, and I just want to let you know. He didn't ask me to do anything. Even 24 hours I would do. I needed this job. I said, why is that? For me, why are you so worried? You Steve, I'm from India. Last year I had 3 kids. I said, you're so young, why you have 3 kids? Not a good question. Yeah, 3 kids. And I live very far away. And he go, I don't have this job, I don't know what I'm doing. Right. So it inspired me in the sense, I said, gosh, you know what? I said, Gomi, thank you. I will make this happen. Because what you told me, I'm starting to realize what my training, my education is so important because it's not for me. Because in that time, it's everything not for me. I want a PhD. Actually, one time, they put the business card, forgot my PhD. I handwrite it. I want to write my PhD. Because it's all for me. And I know if I deny this person inspire me, I will be still open. And then your passion, the way I do it is totally different. So most of the times people inspire me. That the book, a lot of times when you read that, something especially in leadership and the management, you can inspire. Because sometimes you forgot it. Sometimes, for example, a lot of time for me is like when I become VP, and most of the time when you are in a high position, everybody say how good you are and all that, right? And which is not true, which I don't say it. But then when you read the book, they start to say, "Oh shoot, I gotta watch that." And so again, most of my time. Yes.
Thanks a lot, Steve. A lot of times it's about soft skills, right? A lot of times about you.
When you're high school, they should start. College, they should start a little bit better, a little bit. The point is, like you said, when we go to work, it's all dominated by soft skills. We are not very good. So we say we work hard because we still go back to what we are good at. Our good at is hard skill, work hard, deliver result. We think, hey, if I deliver result, so I'm used to challenge to say, sorry if you don't understand this one. What we have said this one is try to be 千里马，人家伯乐会看到。No. 千里马 what do you mean? You become host. 伯乐 is all 美国人 right? You need to become 伯乐. That's what the man. And that's what the DNA needs to change. One of the most difficult one for us is the DNA change. Because actually our soft skill, we have to admit, actually our soft skill is not as good as other people. A lot of relate to our tradition. Okay? For example, I'm not like myself, since I don't have a good grade, I was not considered to be successful. But you know what? They did not know is when I played rugby, I was developed hard skill, soft skill. Even my hard skill is not that good. I'm not straight A students. I'm CLB students, which is I cannot go to Stanford, Berkeley, but maybe my soft skill, indeed today I look at my soft skill is better because I was trained a lot of these so-called soft skill, willing to communicate, competitive, high energy and that. And that's one of the difference. So, need to know right now. Everybody say, well, because some people even say, well, maybe because of prejudice and all that. It's not. Because we need to know our soft skill is not our strength. But we can train that. We can train that. And I think that's a real message I want to give forward to you. They do have a better soft skill than we do. Have you seen a Caucasian, how they lead the team, how they communicate, how they articulate? I'm going to give you a story about communication. Right? And then let's maybe reflect on that. Okay? So I got a chance to present to president. Right? and then I got 30 minutes. So my senior VP, before I become VP, because he wants to develop me to get more visibility, so he asked me to make a presentation. And the presentation was, because I'm a material scientist, so it's very complicated structure. But we had used the one of the thin film materials. Basically, they want to know, can we develop thinner one? So I was saying, oh, it was present. So I prepared a package. So I'm an engineer, so I prepared 30 pages. Because 30 minutes, I think 30 pages. So it's not enough. Too much. How many pages do you think? 5. Good. 5. That's exactly my senior VP told me. Let's say 5. I put 5. But I complain. It's so complicated. You cannot appreciate what we do, right? We work so hard. I said, no, let's give 5 pages. He said, maybe 2 pages. I said, no. I said, it's so complicated. We work so hard. How can you know? So I presented. 30 minutes. I probably he did not finish about 5 minutes. He stopped me. He said, I'm going to ask you, do you think you can reduce the protein and thickness? Okay? And if you can reduce it, when you can reduce it? And I said, Dave, it's very complicated. It's very, very complicated. And by the way, my team works so hard. And it's a mistake. Let me repeat it again. And then he raised the voice a little. Can you reduce the thin and thickness? And when you can reduce it? I said, Dave, I can reduce it. And the next quarter, I can reduce the 30%. And after the next quarter, I can reduce the 50%. He said, Jerry, okay, got it. Can we book this cost reduction on this one? Okay, thank you, Steve. Yeah, meeting done. So what I try to tell him, it's very complicated. Number one. Number two, we work so hard. Then you should appreciate it. He does not care. He focus on budget. He focus on budget. And by the way, he's a president. He work on project. So that's what the different thinking. And the soft skill we teach you that. Because our hard skill is, hey, because we have certain way of value. We think of value is, I'm work hard, I think you're a result, and I'm going to share with all of you. And by the way, you should be sit down there 30 minutes, listen to what I'm talking about, how difficult I work on day 12, 1. He does not care. He does not care. So again, it's some of the value system difference. And that's just, try to share with everybody, like you said, because sometimes our value system is very different. And that's what difference between hard skill and soft skill.
In fact, when you say 30% or 50%, are you really confident?
Actually, I was very confident. Okay. I just did not know I needed to say that.
Okay.
I was more focused, like you're talking about, I was more focused on trying to tell him about how complicated this job and how difficult this job, rather than if I prepare this, I'm probably more prepared when I can do that. Okay. But I just did not know, right? Because I keep staying in my value system. I think if I show this one, my president would like me more. Because I think I work so hard, my team works so hard. But no, if I start with this and say, hey, I know that for company to meet the budget, if they cut down 30% and the next 50%, I think the team can commit to that. Actually, I want to push the team to do 35 and 55. What do you think? He will say, good, give you promotion.
Yeah, I think this is very important because many times I prepare the slides, then I talk to the up management, they are not looking at what's.
They are sleeping. No, I'm serious. Sorry, because their mind, something they have certain thing they need to resolve. They are looking for solution and answer. And most of the time we present the package. By the way, I see a lot of time. Even my engineer present. They did not know, actually, I'm not even listen. And I pretend like I'm listening. Because I try to be nice, I try to be polite. I'm serious. Because they did not know what I want. But I know my team, as you know, I'm very openly to share that. I want to be better. That's really I can do that. No, that's not what we should present. But a lot of times we don't know. So indeed, that make presentation is not easy. You need to know what the person wants, not what I think he wants. or I want to tell how difficult on this, or how much I do this. They don't really. If that's they care, that's fine. Usually they don't care. That's it.
So yeah, I understand the importance of the soft skills and hard skills. I know that both are important. So one of the confusion I have is how should we allocate our time, valuable resource on these two areas? The reason I'm asking this is, for example, we have a team, and I'm a direct report who can work on a certain project for me, and I can assign these priorities and timelines for him. But on the other hand, this is soft skills. But on the other hand, I have the motivation to do some things by myself. And for example, this is an interesting project. For example, the same area of AI, which is very hot area. And I have motivation to do it myself. And that requires a lot of my time on this particular area.
But again, let's go back to your choice. If you really want to continue to develop a hard skill and very good on the technical field, then you should go to an engineer path. Because that's all you're going to do. And then the reason I want to teach hard skill and I want everybody to develop hard skill rather than just focus on develop soft skill rather than hard skill. We have enough hard skill. Think about India. Why they become the CEO of Google, Microsoft, Pepsi? They are technical not like that. I don't think that Google can know how to write code. It's material science, just like me. And then he got an MBA. Do you think he can write software? I don't think so. So the point is, again, it's our choice. And one thing I want to encourage all of you, simply going, we have enough people very good at this. We have ton of engineer. And then you can probably become a chief engineer or chief technologist. We need more people after that. Because the influence is going to make so big difference. I did not want to put money, let me tell you. If you work 20 years as an engineer, if you are VP, you only need to work 2 years. Because about 10 times salary difference. If you become CEO, you only need to work 2 months. Because that's the 10. I'm not serious. If you get $200, VP is $2 million, including stock and all this, then CEO is $20 million. So it's 20 years, 2 years, 2 months. But it's not money. Money is not as important. It's the influence. The influence you make. By the way, this money, what I say is real. You see that? Sorry if you don't want to know. My CEO paid $20 million. In the last year, I paid about $200,000. So, but it's the influence. How can you make a difference? And that's the reason we, the reason I want to have this workshop is we need to develop more people on that. Because if they become a CEO, it's not only the pay. They can bring how many Indians to become the VP. That's one reality, right? For example, like the reason I told you about the business psychologist, he was very interested on me. And he said, Steve, you need to know, it's not because this Caucasian, they preach this. And what he said is because this is the DNA. So what he told me is that if you look at Henry Ford, in the early days, he gave to his son. Because you always give to who you trust, look like you. And he said, why not? Because in corporate America, they don't do that. They already improved already. But in a sense, they are still doing that because they have the people they are familiar with that. Right? So it's naturally, if you have people in this position, they will promote their people, same as their background to this position. This is one of our problems right now. So our influence will become smaller and smaller. Like most of companies go there. Every engineer, every PhD is Chinese. Do you believe that? And all the CEO is all Caucasian, and by the way, none of them is PhD. So there's a choice we need to make. But I'm not saying no good. If you are good on this and doing this, but we need more people to soft skill, to do leadership management, to become leader of the team. And the leader of the team, Chinese team is also good, deliver to that. Because we have too few of this. And that's the reason if we want to change Silicon Valley to have more influence, we have to do that.
So
Yes?
great presentation. I really enjoyed it. I'm from India, but I really respect China, and I think I would differ with you. I mean, Chinese have done tremendously well. I was in Suzhou and Hangzhou and I think you should be looking at India as that way, as you know, as competition. But anyway, my real question was actually following up on what you said. Right? Inevitably, there's a lot of politics in big companies. And I was a startup, for acquired Oracle, and I inevitably ran into this politics. And I got tired of it. I got out. And so I find that in startups, there's a lot less politics. You can actually, play to your strength and do hard work and hopefully get rewarded. So my question is, in your course, do you think you can help entrepreneurs?
Yes.
They're pitching to VCs and such.
Yeah. Well, I mean, by the way, even when I work with CK, I also have a startup company. Project, right? No, it's just definitely. Let me make a couple points before this one. If talking about China, not even true. But the point is, they compete with Chinese themselves. Then we know my problem. We have our system working very well. Right? Our system, most of Asian companies by seniority. Right? But the point that I'm trying to teach you is Silicon Valley of today. Our strength competed with Caucasian and some, like your fellow countrymen, because you have better English and all this. It's a little bit different. That's my point. But certainly, if you look at, Asian countries, very successful. Right? The only point is, if we put the same approach, what do we do in a Chinese company, try to work in an American company, we will have a disadvantage. So that's the only point is, which is say I agree with you, but if we don't compete in this environment, and then like China, if China going to do business with American company, we need to learn that. You look at Japanese company right now all in trouble because they do not know how to deal with American. Because American guy has a lot of strategic thinking. That's the other thing I can teach you also. And I try to qualify that because this is when you're talking about this entrepreneurial start company, and it's just on the strategic thinking point of view. So I had one company provide the spotter target to CK, and it's American Germany company. It's all American manager. So I try to develop one Asian company. And in the competition, so typical what an Asian company do, if they want to approach CK, they will say, my target cheap, right? And I'm going to give you quick delivery time. Do you know how this American company, how this management team responds? Huh? No? Because they know they don't want to make it cheaper because then they lost all the budget. So they do two things. They sue this Asian company first. Boom, just sue it. They say, you already violated to my patent. And the guy said, I did not use that. No, you already violated. The only reason they sue it, so they put in this lawsuit and come to CK. And then they want a very high level meeting. Then they say, well, I know you are very interested in this company, but we just wanted to let you know we have very strong business relationship. And this company infringed our patent. And we just make sure you understand all that. Then how we qualify this Asian supplier because I was there. I went to talk to my senior. I said, forget it. It's not true. But the point is, because when they take this approach, suddenly my company and all the senior management executive was concerned. They said, oh shoot, Steve, do you really want to do this in this company? Right? Look at this one. They are our main supplier. We could be jeopardizing the whole relationship. And this is such important component we cannot do. But that's just one example about how the thinking on that. And I will tell you, before, because when I joined this industry in the 1990s, everywhere is also Japanese company. Everybody want to work with what? Sony, Mitsubishi, Toshiba, and where are they? They don't know to. When they manage the company, it's okay, it's all Japanese. But when they start to do business and that, I'm giving the other example like Seagate, right? And then Seagate is an American company, they work for an Asian company. Oh, my volume is very big. Got to build factory. I want to keep doing it. And then they drop. And they said, well, you told me the volume is big. Yeah, but I did not tell you. We just tell you the projection. But the boss said, no, you tell me. Based on your volume projection, I give you. I said, yeah, but projection is always wrong. And then, no, and then it's an Asian company, Japanese company. How can you do that? And they said, well, you should pay this one for us. No. We did not sign any contract. The point is, a lot of thinking is quite different. Right? Because in our culture, I don't know about Indian culture, but it's the same. A lot of times we believe in a handshake. Right? But one of the things is, if you don't sign the contract, you don't put on the paper, without a lawyer to do that, well, wait a minute. So a lot of time is, I deal with a lot of Japanese because I know how they feel. Because one time they see your thing. Your company commit to that. I said, they did not commit. They tell you we're going to do that. They did not commit it. He said, what do you mean they did not commit it? It's from your CEO. I said, they did not, because they did not give you the paper. He said, but we went to office, we talked to him. I said, yeah, I know. Because they put all the machine in Singapore. And then we tell them, no, we don't need it because our volume dropped. So a lot of this kind of thing. And that's what, if we go through this, other than just form the team to deliver is also how to have, I'm talking about thought process, because their thought process is a little bit different. At least I observe a lot of different. And go back to the same thing we're talking about. We think work hard is good. They think you are really good, you don't need to work. I mean, that's one of the things. I know you're not, I'm serious. That's one of the things. We think work hard, they think you're really good. That's one of the things. If you're really good, you don't work, you are very rich. Most of rich people, they don't work. If you go to country club, most of the people, they don't work. But they are very rich because they have a lot of investment. So sometimes it's just a little bit.
It's in a relatively flat architecture in the company. So we don't have many levels of management like factories. So maybe you could let us know what's your suggestion for us to better prepare for future advancement in this field.
What do you mean don't management? I think a couple things you need to do is not only become management, become the lead, right? For example, before I become the manager, actually I become a product lead. So and that's what I try to do with everybody. Someone just become an engineer. Because you always work on product. So indeed, at my second year, I was product lead. And the product lead actually I was an engineer, but I in charge of product. I talked to my manager, say, well, it's not because in that company is not big. He said, okay, you will become a lead. Right. So this means I start to. In my area, I'm doing that, but I also leave, so I got to go to learn whole process. So you become a lead. Product lead, project lead. You start to learn a lot of so-called management, execution, communication, and that. And then from there, you can go to management. Be careful, if you don't do this one, you don't want to become manager. Because your life is so horrible. Right? Because suddenly it's everything good. Especially involve people, there's a lot of emotion. So the best way to do this one is, like if you come here, don't just do what you do. Then execution, then lead the project, lead the product, because this one will force you to involve in the soft skill. Because suddenly you got to talk to a lot of people. Outside your area and that. But you probably need to go to talk to customer as well. And you will see it's very, very different. And so that's what I was.
You mentioned about early bird. So thanks to being and actually create the event in
Sorry.
actually next page. You create a event bright, and there's an area there to interesting they might be completed already.
So again, it's the same as Eventbrite, and then it's early bird. If you do some, we'll give you a 50% discount, and then we work out on all the schedule, and we'll start with the communication. And so a lot of things we discussed today. Develop principle, and we will do a lot of so-called the hands-on experience. We will ask you to make a presentation, we take a video, and that. It's a real training on that. And you can bring this experience back to your company, share with your executive, and then you can come back and learn again. And we will cover all that. Right? Cover about you make a presentation as an engineer, you make a presentation to your manager, you make a presentation to VP, and we probably going to develop different type of, depends on where are you. Right, just like different rank. If some people want to become VP, become manager, become product lead, then some of these type of training may be slightly different. But the reason we want to get an early bird is we gotta go do a lot of arrangement with the university. We gotta go to make sure how many people can participate there and what a background on that. But again, the bottom line is really. Don't worry about the money per se. We can always adjust. The most important is we want to train a lot of leadership. We want to train a lot of people. I think our goal is hopefully in 10 years, all of you is all CEO of some company, and you hire us to do training for you. That would be